Welcome to the Studs.Moulds.Blades podcast Zoom edition. There's a lot of stuff to talk about, but first and foremost, as I said, it's very important if you're in a situation, you're feeling a bit low. It's very difficult at this time, especially if you've not got friends and family. There are people out there you can talk to. If you're in a position, obviously you've got friends, people that you play for your football team, people may not have heard of, check on them. Because it's very important, we help each other through this testing time and we come out the other side. But saying that, obviously, one thing that has resulted in kind of the lockdown measures is grassroots football and obviously the lack of. We're all missing it. I think one thing we do miss is the camaraderie and just meeting up on a kind of a week morning or even in the weekend and continuing from there on in. So we're just going to go around just to say, because it's always personal, what exactly people are missing really about kind of grassroots football and kind of every week, that routine. So I'm going to start off with Moses on this edition. Moses, what are you missing?
I don't really miss it in terms of playing, but I miss like the coaching side of things. And I've always enjoyed the Saturdays because obviously my boys play on Sundays, and I've always enjoyed the Saturdays. We're Pitsy and Bowers now, and we was home church. Now we moved to Pitsy and Bowers under 15. Like I miss the coaching side of things, especially on a Saturday. That's what I enjoy the most, like preparing for Sunday. Sunday is always a little bit more like nervous for me because you're thinking, I've done all the hard work on Saturday and I want the boys to show it on Sunday. And obviously you miss the banter as well. You miss the banter with the boys. That excitement, obviously getting it early, setting your cons out, doing the warm up and all of that stuff. I really do miss it. But as for playing side of things, I think we all know, like, my playing.
You've passed it, mate. You've passed it.
My playing days. I don't enjoy. I don't. Most of it is because of obviously what I do as well. What I do for a living. Like I do a very physical work. A lot of people work in the office and things like that. Some people work at home. Like I work in construction. I've got to make sure I'm fit to be able to do my job.
Why don't you just say you don't miss it since you got dropped out of the team, man? You can't get in the team.
It's not even the case. It's not even the case. It's not even the case. Like we're coming to you, Cedric. Yeah. So let other people talk. Yeah. You're gonna have the time. Yeah. So basically, on a playing side of things, I just don't.
Said, what are you missing? What are you missing most from Saturday?
Shouting and moaning.
Seeing Moses on the sideline. That's what I'm missing the most. Now, seriously, look, on a serious note, it's like sometimes we kind of take grassroots football for granted, right? Coming up, when you've played at a certain level, and then the older you get, you come down, and sometimes you feel like, you're taking it for granted. But then when it's taken away from you, it's like it kind of gets your mind thinking, oh my God, there will become a time where I definitely won't be able to do this anymore. I can't turn out on a Sunday morning or Saturday mornings and play. And then it just goes to show how important and how much football actually means to your life. Since a childhood, all you've known is football. And then when you go through phases like this where you can't actually play it no more, it kind of makes you think, wow, this is crazy. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Just coming out there on Saturday and seeing the lads and, having a banter with everyone before the game starts, all of it. But the most important thing, what I miss the most, is actually being on that pitch and playing. And I realized one thing, the older you get, the more you appreciate actually playing. Right, you seriously do. Like, the older you get, it's just like, I'm buzzing. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Friday nights for me used to be, I can't wait till Saturday morning. I want to get out there and play. So not doing it, it's kind of like, fuck. Life is different, man. Like, seriously, like, life is really different.
Daddy?
I play with most of you lot on Saturday, so I miss seeing you lot on Saturday. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, someone like Cedric, I mean, he won't shut up on Saturdays, but I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I miss hearing this guy's voice. You know what I'm saying? I miss him telling management to tell me what to do on the pitch, because he can't tell me that himself.
But I don't want to.
What?
Because I don't want to argue with you on the pitch, mate.
Oh, nah, man. You know, but it is what it is. I'm not gonna lie. I do miss that. Right? And obviously, it's a chance for me to just get out there and in my mind, I can create something. You know, you get me? Because we all love the game. We watch it, and you watch it. You want to come out there and feel like, you know what? Let me try and emulate something that I saw. You know what? I was thinking about the other day. When I was younger, I used to play. This is told me, Dad, off the ball, make runs. I was like, nah, man, pass the ball to my feet. You know what I'm saying? I used to want that. But now I try and do the stuff that I wasn't doing before. Even if I know the ball ain't gonna come to me, because come on, we don't play with world-class players. We're all at the same level. Yeah. But I make those runs just to make sure, like, in my mind, I'm doing the right thing. You get me? So I miss them little things. But I just miss seeing you on Saturday mornings, man. It's proper killing me. I'm not even gonna lie. And literally, I've been watching every fucking game on TV now. I never used to, but now I watch every game now because I can't get out there and play myself. So,
Rob,
you know what? Yeah, when you think about this, if you talk about grassroots in any sport, whether it's football, rugby, cricket, everybody's got to be missing it. Especially when you get to the age where we're all 30 plus or so on, you realize how important a hobby is.
Just not giving that age away, boy.
Yeah.
Hey, speak for yourself.
You have to keep it real. All of us look young, you understand me? But when you get to that age, you realize how important it is a hobby. When you start building a family, when you're working mad hours, you understand me? It might be your only release, the only thing that kind of takes you back to the past, you understand me? But when I think about it myself and I break it down, we kick off at 10 o'clock. I'm on my way to the game at 8:45. I've got my playlist, which is normally heavy metal. It starts. That's the mentality. Understand me?
Heavy metal?
Yeah. Do you understand stuff that you wouldn't listen to normally? That's
what artists, bro?
I don't even know them. I know one of them is what's the one that Seven Army Nation, whatever. The other one's the Stone.
Okay. Yeah.
The other one, the Stone Cold Steve Austin. And you know what? Old school road deep. I will not lose, bro. You know when you get that mentality, you understand me?
That's it. It's routine. You're right. It's routine.
Can I just add to what Rob is saying though? And that's the difference between him and me. Like, you see what he said about preparing himself to a game, like in terms of putting the music on and getting ready, like basically gearing himself on so he can come and play a game of football. See, I personally wish I still had that. Do you know what I'm saying? And I just don't have it no more. Like, I just don't have it. And it's nice to see that someone that I could say is actually older than me and I look up to, as a man, but he still has that passion, like what Danny said and Cedric said. It's amazing. It's amazing.
You understand me? It's a hobby. And then the next thing is when you all do your circle stretches, which nobody does properly, but we're all talking about nonsense apart from football. You understand me? It's part and parcel. Like,
no, but routine is very important because me personally, I left mine to come to my mum's to watch the game with my little brother. That's what we do together. We watch a lot of games together because it's just that's what we do. So the fact that I'm not able to do that, what I do on Saturdays with you lot, it's been difficult for me, boys. I can't wait to get back out there.
Rob, do you know what? Yeah, just going back to what Rob said. You know, the whole about preparing yourself, preparation is like, Rob's absolutely right, because that's one of the things that I miss the most is from the Friday evening till the Saturday morning, just visualizing the game before getting on a pitch. See, it's like playing a game in your own mind, what I'm going to do, like how I want to dictate the play and, what my passing is going to be like. So it's like having that thing, just being in my own little bubble where, like, I'm just preparing mentally on what I actually want to do on a football pitch. And it's like, yeah.
So do you think on Friday nights you ever think, you know what, tomorrow morning I'm gonna try not to moan at someone, or is that something that you actually can't do?
You know what? I'm gonna give you an honest answer on that, right? Every Friday I say to myself, you know what? I'm gonna come out there today and I'm gonna help everyone get through the game. But like one famous boxer once said, we all have a plan until we get punched in the face. You know what I'm trying to say?
But you see what Daddy said, yeah? You see what Daddy said?
Once we get there, it's like you start seeing people doing the most ridiculous things on the pitch. You're thinking, I just wanted to encourage today. And I can't. Like when you're looking at that.
Hold on. So one of them is the circle time when we're doing our stretches. No one's really doing stretches. You're telling man what you done here or what happened here or why Man United should get rid of Pogba. That's camaraderie. Do you understand me? That's banter.
Yeah.
And then you look across and you see your competition. And the first thing Kelvin and Y2 said, guys, you got to start quick. We don't start quick. You understand me? No one pays attention.
You don't get there on time.
Bro, too old.
You understand me? So, you know when they say these things, it's like, bro, you say the same things every week. It doesn't matter.
And that's the whole part of it.
And then the first 10 minutes, everybody's arguing. It's like, don't worry, we got this. We know we're not a 10-minute team. Do you understand me? And then
Overconfidence
on the pitch, the arguments with the opposition, the arguments with our own, the referee, but it's all in respectful way. Do you understand me?
Yeah.
And at the end of the game, the WhatsApp messages after, shout out man of the match, you see the photos, all of that is important. Do you understand me?
Of course.
A lot of people, you take it for granted because you just don't know.
But you know what we got to do? We got to get Tommy involved though. But I want to see this guy's touch, bro.
You aren't ready for me, man.
You know, everybody that says you're not ready for me, that's when you put them under pressure in it. Because the first 2 games, I'm feeling my way back into it. You might not get
our team's not welcoming.
You might not get a third game.
I'm trying to get Tommy to come for the longest, Jeff. Don't listen to him. Every time I see him at the barbershop, I'm like, Tommy, you gotta come. You gotta come. He won't come. That time, he's not gonna come.
So what are you missing?
You know what it is, yeah? I'll be honest. I think from a different perspective, unfortunately, I've been injured this season, so I haven't actually been able to play. But I think a little bit like Rob said, in terms of the release, even when you finish your working week and you've got the opportunity to know, cool, the man them are playing in their respective semi-professional leagues or Saturday leagues, checking how everyone has done, maybe getting to watch them, like just having that opportunity to get away from the working week and being able to do that. I feel like now, unfortunately, everything that's going on with lockdown and COVID, the weeks are just going repeating after each other straight, zoom. So it's not even like you've got that free time to yourself. Again, the way you set up in terms of your routine, your structure, your timeline is literally you're waking up, you're showering, you're eating. Before you know it, the day's done. So definitely just missing all of that. Like there's so much socializing that goes on with football, especially when you're part of it, as opposed to just watching it on the TV.
What's your injury though?
I think you're right. And you're right.
My ankles mash up, man. My
Good
ankles
question.
mash up, honestly.
Is that the technical term? Is that the technical term? My ankles mash up.
I've got, you
Bro,
know what it is?
been saying
I'll be
for
very
5
honest with you,
years.
yeah?
Is that the
I've
technical
got,
term though?
My ankles is chronically sprained.
Oh, okay.
For 5 years.
Say that again?
For the past 5 years.
Boy.
I think it's right. For instance, prioritizing like maybe a Wednesday evening and a Saturday morning. That's the difference, I think, because it's your hobby. And let's be honest, in terms of obviously grassroots, in terms of like nationwide, people go to work in the working week and they're in professions that are not necessarily something they love to do, but they have to earn a living. So sometimes what gets them through the week is looking forward to Saturday morning. Some people take out their frustrations in the working week on the Saturday morning, their first tackle as well. Yeah. So it is kind of crazy. It is.
That's
you can see it. You can tell.
I think I understand. I understand why Cedric shouts so much, because he spends all day, all week at home on himself on the laptop. So he's got to speak to someone, isn't he? on a Sunday. Relaxes out. So I get the point now.
But we'll get there. I mean,
you see the problem is, instead started to argue with people who moaning at people, it wouldn't be the same team. Do you understand me?
It comes from a place of love, innit, and encouragement.
Technically, and the thing is,
he had said argue the most on the pitch, but I know when it comes to wartime, there's nobody I need by my side more than said. Do you understand me? It doesn't matter lose or draw. It matters. Are you bringing 100%? Do you understand me? And there's certain characters in the team that are necessary for the team to function. Do you understand me? Not just in our team, but in any team.
Yeah.
It would definitely be interesting to see you lot play, though. Especially with the way some of you talk.
I told you,
listen, theory and practical has always been two different things.
To be fair, like, the guys in here, listen, I don't really talk a lot about players, but the guys in here, I'll vouch for them. They're good footballers.
But everybody thinks they probably should have been on the pitch with Man City Liverpool today. Everybody.
No.
Listen, said, I don't know why you're shaking your head, said, because I know for a fact there, you believe you would have got Liverpool a draw today. Don't try it. I know you would have said, why is Alisson doing that? Why is he not going long after he's messed up the first one? Don't try it, said. Everybody here still thinks, yeah. If things would have went my way, I could have probably been there.
Oh, mate.
I'll tell you something, Rob. I could have definitely been a United midfield ahead of Fred.
See?
Ahead of Fred, yes. Ahead of Fred, definitely.
What
I can definitely get in that midfield.
What size shorts?
And that's the thing. As I said, it's always different. I think, and like obviously Danny's been through it, and obviously Moses as well. Like in terms of like a manager's week, is totally different as well because that's ongoing. That's Monday for me asking who's available. You know what I mean? It goes all the way through the week to Friday releasing the team. Then you get the messages. It's Friday night. Did you?
It's fun though. It's fun. You look forward to that. It's something.
Yeah, of course, because you're busy, and that's what you embrace sometimes. Yeah. You can't let it get to you too much. It's ongoing. It's constant.
Could I ask you a question? I've never understood why you ask who's available on Monday. Do you know much stuff can happen from Monday?
But I need to start planning from Monday. If I leave it till like Friday,
do you know what that is, Rob?
It's too late to get ringers in.
Do you know what that is, though? Yeah, the other side of it is when you're a coach, right? You know, people enjoy the game. Yeah. Me, when I watch my boys play, I'm looking at what can I do on Saturday already. Okay. Yeah. So when the game is done, win or lose, I'm driving home. I'm thinking we've got to do better here.
The analysis, you're right.
So you already started planning. So on Monday you are at work, but you're planning. You're thinking my left back didn't do this good enough. That he didn't do that good enough. So the next Thursday, or Wednesday, you bring them in. You do a session with them, So you're leading that session based on what you evaluated on Sunday already. So you do a bit of it midweek. Then Sunday you do the main session where you're thinking he didn't do right, and then you're already working it. So you're asking players and the most frustrating thing is when you sit a team out. I think Danny and thing will relate to this, and you get a player tell you can't make it when you're working on your plan, you're thinking. He's gonna be vital in it. I'm gonna have to really work on that.
That used to be Gabs back in the day. That was Gabs back in the day, boy. Gabs.
That's it.
The whole Saturday meeting up on Saturday mornings just gets away from the girlfriends and the missuses and the stuff like that. Sometimes you want to get away from them. You get me?
But that's a good point because some people obviously stop their hobbies due to that. So obviously I'm thinking, okay, really, how healthy is it? Because you need that social time. Let's be honest. I don't care how happy and bliss your marriage is, you need that time away, that social time with the guys.
You know what's interesting as well? They say there's that phrase in football when they say when you're on a pitch, your mind is completely off everything and just focus on
everything. Everything.
Like it's crazy, literally.
Bruv, if your mind is off it, said we'll get your mind back on it by Shan. You understand me? So,
you can't sound like captain material.
If your mind is on it, if you let that player run past you, Shan is gonna tell you. You understand me? So your mind, whether by force of nature or by force of said, it will be on the game. You understand me?
but you see, but this is the thing. Is like you don't understand how much mentally you have to be on your game, because for me when I'm on that pitch, I don't care about anything else. But Rob, okay, look, if we flip it around, we all started from grassroots, and then some of us got to whatever way they got to, and then we're all back again grassroots. It's like grassroots is the foundation of everything.
Sorry to cut you off, but I love grassroots. You know that know me. When I couldn't get in the team over at Redbridge, I used to come on Saturday morning, play I wanted, and then go to the game for 3 o'clock. Sometimes I'll start up thinking, shit, I'm fucked. I didn't think I was gonna play, but I already had a game with you man already, and I have to go and play another game. And I'm not gonna lie, it made me just whatever I was going through, it just made me deal with that a bit more, just to see you lot play with you lot. And then just, you know what I'm saying, go back out there. It's very important.
Being on a grassroots Yeah, it's like, you see, like some of the younger players we've got, I speak to them. Someone like Terry, I say to Terry all the time, and Noah and all these other lads, and Josh, I'd always say to them, listen, use this as your warm-up. So when you go to play at 3 o'clock with Jeff, then you're confident, because there's nothing more about football than when you're confident. You know, like when your touches is right, your passing is right, you're making those runs. So when you're playing out grassroots, that should always, if you put your everything, it's just like what they say in the professionals. Your training is so important. What you put in training is exactly what you put in to the games on a Saturday. So if you come on a grassroots and then you put everything in, you do the right things, when you go to play at a higher level, you're going to be doing the right things.
It's easy.
There's no getting away from it.
I think listening to you, I just think sometimes it's down to the habits you pick up when from a very young age. Like you probably picked up that habit from when you played like a pro level, and then you get to, because you was doing it regardless, even if you've done it for a year or 2 years or 3 years, because that habit was already installed in you. Yeah, it becomes permanent. So you can't see doing things any other way. You can only do it that way, regardless of how serious or how not serious it is. And it's the same thing with like winners. Like I heard someone was telling me Cristiano Ronaldo hates losing, regardless of what it is. Like it could be a game card or it could be whatever. At one point he got beat playing ping pong or whatever. Then he went out and bought a table, training until he beat the person, because that's just his mentality. Like it's a habit.
And I think you're right.
Regardless of what you are, he wants to win, or regardless of what you are, you want to do things right.
When we talk about grassroots and we know the state that the world is in right now, for example, Jeff, I would have known you without football on Saturday. Said I would have known you without football on Saturday. Cameraman Dan, Moses sipping his beer there, I would have known him. You understand me? So you're developing friendships through football, whether it's football, cricket, basketball, I don't know, whatever type of sports you play. There's certain people you wouldn't have known without that sport. Do you understand me?
Of course.
There's people that I've played against on a Saturday that I might have seen in a working week on a Monday or Tuesday, and they would have my opposition, and I said, "What's happening? How's it going?" So immediately I have a connection with people I didn't know I had simply through the sports, and that's not just in football. That's in any type of sport.
When you see how big and how important sport is on a day-to-day life for people who are involved in sport, you've only got to go back and look in history. The war was ended by two different oppositions playing football. They're playing sport. So sport bring people together. So to me, it's just like, let's just
it's the core. It's the core.
So we just have to understand how important it is, like, to have that in our lives.
And that's what I'm saying to you. I think you touched on it, especially with sport being such the core and the foundation of kind of society, what it is. I think it's kept a lot of people going in terms of this mental sort of health that are struggling at home at the moment. So it's very important. I think football continued as it did, and back to the football players as well to kind of continue at this time. But also, like I said earlier, again, with the friendship that you have built up, make sure you're checking on your friends, keep checking in on them, making sure they're okay, because we will get through this. Eventually, we'll be going back to the sport that we love, and then we'll be back smiling once again.
I can't wait, man. I can't wait.